run into Sonic because there aren't too many Sonics in Kyoto. Oh, sorry, not Kyoto. He's Osaka now. Yeah, so I've never actually seen Senra play Sonics too often. But this is the Sonic to beat if you're in Tokyo or at a Sumapa. So this will be quite an interesting one. Is the game started? Yeah, the game started. I thought it was a button check for a second just because it was so passive, but never mind. So we have on the left side SBI's finest in Ken, who is Mr. Sumapa. He is yet again the first seed of the tournament, as far as I'm aware. Falling down to losers because he lost to LY, I believe, in winners quarters. And coming up against him is someone that we never get to see as Sumapa. I think this is the first Sumapa I've ever seen him. And I love commentating the man. It is Senra, who at this point is slowly starting to need no introduction. I think when it comes to like the top level of Jigglypuffs, everyone knows who base mages, you know. But as of late, Senra has just been racking up the weirdest upsets and kind of making a name for himself. Even Hungrybox knows who he is. Oh my god. And I mean, I would really love Senra to be able to display how good of a Jigglypuff he is. But this matchup, if you didn't know, sucks. This matchup sucks. So I'm not sure how much Senra is going to be able to display his ability here, because you can see what Ken's doing here. He's kind of just really taking his time, slowly chipping Senra's stock away. I mean, he's only taken 23% at this current moment. This is kind of how you would expect this matchup to go. This is classic kind of Sonic matchup experience from what Ken is displaying here. Senra trying to find a pound, but doesn't work out. He just needs an opening here. The rage is racked up, so I think an up air rest would actually connect, but it's a matter of if you can even find it or not. Oh my, actually dash attack trading with spin dash. Oh my god, this matchup is minus 3,000. Ken just, he was making a beat out of that. Oh, all right. Go off, Ken. Playing the simple game here. Someone gets an out shield nair. Ken opts in for a high recovery. The landing nair, even I'm surprised that worked out. Oh, found the grab very well. And oh my god, this literally sucks for Senra at the moment. I do have to kind of remind you that Senra actually does have a secondary that he's been working on lately, which is his... Ah! You can rest that. Yeah, true. Good point. Good point, Senra. Good point. Finally finds himself a kill, but it's still quite the uphill battle, to be honest. 2 stocks for the price of 1, and Senra is slowly edging towards kill percent here. Remember, we are talking about Jigglypuff, so a literal back air at the ledge, an up smash might do it, a forward smash will definitely do it, and Senra has to play this very carefully. All right, mate. Oh, no, we're alive. Thank God, thank God. All right, Senra just about grabbing the ledge with the air dodge, and regardless, still on his last breath at the moment, really needs to be careful about how he approaches, and the up air doesn't do it. Good DI from Senra. Lovely tomahawk grab, that's probably going to do it. No? Good DI from Senra. 147 on Jigglypuff. This is like, there is a 1 in 2,000 billion% chance that Senra wins this game, and it is not one of those days for Senra at this current moment, as Ken kind of Sonics all over Jigglypuff. And that's kind of what you expected to see. That's kind of what I expected to see. But this is where I believe it might get interesting, because Senra, his current Twitter profile pic might show you that he has been cooking up a secondary in Lucina, which I wouldn't be too surprised if he throws... Oh my god, really? Okay, fine. Oh, shut up then. What? Why did you... No Lucina? Yeah, honestly, I thought the Lucina was going to come out just because of the fact that with Senra's Lucina, he's been throwing it out every now and then in brackets, especially against Kome, who he plays a lot at Maisama Hits. And because Shulk Jigglypuff is... I think Senra says it's doable. It's just he struggles against Kome, whereas his Lucina somehow manages to work against him. So I kind of suggested to him that he should probably whack it out as a secondary at locals more often, but apparently his Senra is actually being stubborn with the Jigglypuff here as opposed to switching to the Lucina, which I thought wouldn't have been the worst ideas, because I've seen Senra's Lucina, it's really good. But, I mean, sticking it to the Jigglypuff, I mean, he is the best Jigglypuff in Japan, borderline the world, so I'm not gonna discredit him for that. And definitely small battlefield, Senra will be able to do more things because of the platform. You can kind of do some weird jank, but having said that though, Ken is the exact same with Sonic. You can definitely do some platform BS with the characters, so kind of goes both ways. Ken just spin dashing at the ledge. What a surprise, mate, what a surprise. I don't really want to sound like a Ken hater at the moment, because I think a lot of eyes are on Senra at the moment. We never really get to see him in Tokyo. And it's definitely quite a unique matchup that Jigglypuff has to fight, but it's also a very rough one. And Ken is just kind of playing his game at the moment because he knows that the moment Senra gets any momentum, he's just going to explode him. This character is Air Kazuya, and I stand by that. So Ken just playing his game, has Senra at the ledge. No stocks have been dropped though, so he's definitely doing good in that sense. But the one thing you got to say is, how does Senra even approach against Spin Dash, man? Because I mean, his shield is relatively low, so he got shield poked a couple times, and really has to watch out here. Oh, really well air dodged and finds himself a dash attack, but a dash attack is all he can find. If Senra plays magnificently, he can find himself a rest here, but Ken is aware of that, so... Oh my god, it's actually the up tilt that kills of all moves, and Ken finally finds his first stock. We're rolling. Senra just looking for that urge. Bit of a hungry box move, I'm not gonna lie. We don't really see Senra do draw rest too often. So, but honestly, mate, I'm kind of not surprised that this is going on right now. I wonder if Senra could. What happens if you roll out into spin dash? I don't know. That's an interesting thought, maybe. Senra's actually not doing too badly at the moment, though. Has Ken like kind of edging towards kill percent here. He is kind of a whole stock behind, but compared to game one, this is looking a lot better. Having said that, though, the timer might definitely start coming into play if this game goes on for too long. Senra really struggling to find his footing at the moment. The back air doesn't kill, and here we go. When the rollout comes out, it means that Senra's low-key given up. So it's looking a little rough as Ken takes the second stock. Not looking too good for Senra at the moment. Finds himself a quick back air, and I mean, Ken's just playing his game at the moment. Landing there into a forward air, quick damage. The down tilt into a forward air, really nice. Oh, tries to go for the surprise spin dash forward throw that definitely caught me off guard, but thankfully didn't catch Senra off guard. Senra, yet again on his last breath this time around, actually on the verge of being 3-stocked at the moment. He just hasn't been able to come into contact with Ken at all. Oh my god, tries to go for all or nothing F smash. The back air, I don't think that was the strong hitbox, which is why... Oh my god. Alright, there it is. A simple, clean execution from Ken in this matchup. I mean, obviously the matchup is supposedly very easy for Sonic, but it takes a lot of patience to be able to play the game in that way and kind of wear Senra out, chip him out bit by bit, and eventually take the stock. So, having said that though, you do have to give Senra credit to his first, I think he top 8'd. That was top 8, right? He's 7th. Okay, Watcher's not looking at me. Oh, he nodded. Okay, so that's a top 8 position for Senra, who did very well considering he lost his winners round 1 against Fua in the Jigglypuff Ices matchup, which kind of sucks if you ask me. And then he managed to make a really good losers run, fighting, I think he fought 2 Young Links in a row, which was Suinoko and Lemoneruzu, which are like the 2 best Young Links in Tokyo at the moment. So he did brilliantly to beat those 2, but Ken is just, I think that's just too big of a mountain to climb for Jigglypuff. It's a rough one. It's a rough one for sure. Again, I'm surprised the Lucina didn't come out because I think the Lucina would have been able to do some damage. But Ken also has a lot of matchup experience against Protobanum's Lucina, and Senra's Lucina is... I mean, I'm not going to say that it wouldn't have worked because I think when you fight one type of Lucina player or a player of any character for that matter, if you play another person of the pilot's the same character, there's a tendency where, obviously, if you know the matchup, that's great from the guy that you usually play. But other players of that different character have a tendency to like throw you off, you know? So yeah. So that puts Ken into loser's quarters, where he has to fight Amma, who is the Wario. That's probably going to be on EGS, and then we're going to have Latte versus the winner of Teto, or Tet, I think he's called abroad, and Tamego is a robot. It's nice to see Tamego here. We don't really... you started coming to more Sumapas more often. Actually, no, this might be his second. I forget. But at the first one, he definitely did a very good job for himself. So I really like watching Rob is so entertaining. Don't tell Zomba I said that. But I love watching Rob. And Tamego is a really good example of somebody that is just so exciting, so aggressive, and like relentless. Very creative with his combos too. So we'll get to see that if Tamego wins.